Coach's office following the loss in Fremantle. Nearly had a couple of days to process. How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, what we're doing, we realise, Robbo, at the moment, playing against Freo and then Hawthorn and Collingwood, we still see them as really good opportunities for our developing side, to go out there and play against sides that, we want to one day be able to emulate the manner in which they play footy.
Yep. Now, we spoke a bit last week about the Richmond performance being such a good combative performance. The week before, not so. We spoke about the youth of the side and how we're going to get that. That's what we saw again with Fremantle, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It was certainly fluctuating, and the first half compared to the week before against Richmond, Robbo, was very, very poor. Clearly we're aware of that. We had the opportunity at half-time to restock and reset things and have a chat about the manner in which we wanted to play, and to the players' credit, they did come back out and were far more competitive in the second half, and that's not to take away from the performance in the first half. But you're quite right. The fluctuation in what's not good to what is good, the distance between them is far too great, and you get that with inexperienced sides, but it needs to be alleviated quickly, and that's
what you're working on this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you had targets in terms of important stats.
Sure.
The first half, and then you spoke about the third quarter being really good. What were the stats in the third quarter that made the team actually win that quarter?
Yeah, well, again, some of those combative stats that you were talking about against Richmond, where we were very competitive for over three quarters, they were poor showings in that first half. In the combative element, some of the clearance work, we were competitive with the contested possession. Our tackles went up, and even just really our ability to want to run with the footy, that was far more evident in that third quarter. And at the start of the game, we attempted to do some movements with the football, and when they were turned over, we certainly retreated into our shells.
Now, the comms went down in the coach's box over at Patterson's. Does that affect you when you're trying to get everything right? 100%. You put a lot of pre-work into the game. Coaches have their processes. You've got all those computers up in the room, yes. Then the comms go down and you've got to go down to the bench. Does that affect you as a team and as a coach?
Well, it changes what you're doing. It has no impact on the outcome of the game. Mm. In terms of that 30, we always talk about utilising every available minute when we are coaching a developing side, every available minute to try and make them better. Mm. And we just lost a little bit of that because it's very difficult to see down there. It created again some challenges that happen from time to time in the AFL, and I'm not sure the positive would be our IT boys had to perform some IT miracles under extreme pressure. One day they might have to do that as the side moves up the ladder, so it's probably good practice for them. But not an ideal situation. No. But again, you just got to be flexible and roll with it.
Now we have to talk about it. The papers today obviously getting a bit stuck into you, and the Melbourne Football Club, as it tends to happen a fair bit around here, but how do you deal with that, being such a public eye and they're speaking about you? It's part of it, isn't it?
It's absolutely part of it, and we can't control the external noise, if you like. My role at the football club is to coach the football side, to coach a developing football side. And I've got a year and a half of a contract to go, which is the first stage of redeveloping the footy club. I intend to uphold my end of the bargain, and my job is to coach a footy team and a club, and I can't control those external noises.
You speak about young players coming through and going on a journey with these young players, and that's where we're at the moment, and we know that there's going to be this fluctuation of form. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Oh, yeah, well, there's going to be up and down, for a while. But again, the idea of, you talk about hope, and hope sometimes is something that it's difficult to cling to. But again, some of our better performed players, particularly in that second half, are the guys that have just arrived at the football club, or the new players like a Turlick, like a Matt Jones, even Jeremy Howe. I think we forget the fact that he's still a 40-game player. The way that he stood up, we thought that Jack Trengove, particularly in that second half, started to come into some good form. We had some great performances at Casey. Jesse Hogan, who can't play yet, kicks 5 goals. We've got another a young player who has missed a lot through illness and also injury in Jack Fitzpatrick. He's had a really good month. He's going to put his name up for senior selection this week. We've got guys like Dean Kent that went back into the VFL and played particularly well. We know that we have guys like Tompkins and Viney that are currently on our injury list along with Mitch, and when they all come together and come through, there's certainly the makings of a really strong competitive outfit. And we're privy to the changes in terms of player application from Monday to Friday that other people don't see. But we are bringing together a developing side all in one go, and that's the role, mate.
Beautiful. Hawthorn this week. You come back from Perth.
Yeah.
The boys have got to recover and train and get everything done. How are the boys feeling as a group at the moment? How do you get them up?
Okay, so they're feeling disappointed with particularly, obviously, the first half against Freo. They're feeling very, very disappointed. But again, our role against Hawthorn, it's just such a wonderful opportunity to get our young side out and to play against an outstanding footy side. It's a great component of developing, and we'll get some little wins along the way. And that's really important. But to get let the players recover, get their minds back ready to attack another week of AFL footy. Have a look at the way Hawthorn play, and they're certainly, as we said, well-respected outfit, and got some very, very experienced players. And the opportunity for our boys to go out and have a crack against them for 2 hours. 2 hours is the best development that we can get.
Murray, appreciate your honesty, and good luck this week against the Hawks. We're behind you, mate.
Robbo, thank you very much.